Hi, I'm State Representative Judy Ward, and I'm here at the 102nd Pennsylvania Farm Show, and I'm with Secretary Russell Redding. How you doing, Secretary?
It's great to see you. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Thank you. This is one of my favorite things, just to sit down and chat with you, talk about the highlights of the farm show. So 102nd Farm Show, the theme I thought was interesting, diversity. Tell us about the theme.
Yeah, so we each year sort of go through this process of trying to have a theme that captures the significance of this as a state show, the significance of the industry economically and so forth. We went through this process and we came back to this description of the diversity and said the real strength is in that diversity.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So that became our theme for 2018. It's been fun, right? Because everybody that you ask has a different sort of take on what does that look like. If you're up in the Northwest, it could look like the grapes. If you're in the Central Valley here, it's hardwoods or dairy or something else. But all of that's captured in the farm shows, so it's a good feeling.
With products and farms and families and all the diversity of all of that, which makes up Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's a great theme. That's a great theme.
Thank you.
Tell us what's new at the farm show this year.
Yeah, so we have a couple of really neat things. One, we added a competitive event around the hard cider.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, so first time in Pennsylvania farm show history. The hard ciders that we enjoy, they're great agricultural products. The sixth largest producer in the U.S. In hard ciders now. So we did that. We have a calving corner for the dairy industry.
And I was at the calving corner.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Cool.
It's so interesting, and everybody's watching and waiting for the calves to be born.
Yeah.
And I got to see the twins.
Okay, cool.
The two that were born, the twins that were born this morning. I guess they didn't expect two. They expected one.
Yep.
They got two.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat.
It's cool. That has been really nice. I mean, you think about it, we see that, hear that, we're around it more than most people. So that miracle of birth and seeing it here at the farm show, I think is a great thing. We have expanded our culinary connection stage with Pennsylvania Preferred Products this year. You'll see signage around the complex that at each of the exhibitors that are part of the agriculture. I'm part of PA Agriculture, Ask Me How.
Okay.
Right, and you'll see buttons on some of our exhibitors. That is intentional to identify those individuals with ag, but to also have folks ask you, how is that, right?
Yeah.
So it may be a secretary, maybe a dairy farmer, it could be a veterinarian, whatever. We think that's a really nice part of the conversation. And then just, we've got some new food items, so.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Always good, always a hit.
Good stuff.
The milkshakes are always everybody's favorite too.
It's my comfort food.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone just said I had 2 milkshakes.
Well, the dairy industry says 3 a day. So
That's right.
Right?
I'll get all the food groups.
Yeah.
But it is a learning experience here for people, and you see a lot of families. People bring their children, and there's so much to learn and so much you didn't know, even for adults.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful event to come to.
Right.
And
even for the secretary.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I roam around and I marvel, right, that there are these connections in food, technology, folks who are doing really neat things in their communities.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
From tourism to technology, so pretty cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Tell us some of the issues here as we sit in 2018. What are some of the issues that we're looking at for the year?
Yeah, I'll mention a couple. I would say that we're unveiling today the economic impact study and the strategic plan for Pennsylvania agriculture, and we've talked about that for a couple of years, and it's not for the department but for the industry of agriculture in the state, and believe that if you have a strategic industry, you should have a strategic plan to guide it.
Yes.
And we talk about the importance of it. So the report for the very first time begins to quantify what is agriculture and its impact, but also what are the issues as we look to the future. And there are a couple. I'll just say you represent an area with a lot of dairy industry, right? And I haven't worried about the industry as much as I have in the last sort of 6 months because of the economics, right?
Yeah,
that's a real issue. Yeah, milk prices are such, and it's not a Pennsylvania issue. It's not even a regional issue. It's this global concern and what's happening in Eastern Europe and so forth. But I would put dairy at the top of the list. It's our largest segment of agriculture in the state. What happens to it will speak to what happens to a lot of agriculture here. That's one. Two is looking forward. I think the ability of the state to really add value to crops, to those raw ingredients, right? Whether they're dairy or they're grapes, it doesn't matter. Having that really be a significant piece of what we do in the department and the Commonwealth is a real issue.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I love to sit down and chat, and it's always I always learn things talking to you. So, thank you,
pleasure.
and don't be a
Great to see
stranger.
you.
Don't be a stranger to Blair County.
I won't. See you at the fair.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
All
Good.
right, thank you
you
so much.